This is Regis Program, and you tune into True School Sports.
You came in as a #1 contender. You came in with the dream of fighting for a world title. How do you feel right now?
I'm real down right now. It's heartbreaking. I worked very hard. I did get called some shots I didn't see, but I got to take my losses like I take my wins. I got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, and get back on my team and work even harder. And I'm going to make a push again. It was Mike Plania night tonight. He done a great job, and I take it from that. I tip my hat off to him, but I'll be back.
He sparred John Riel Casimero, who was one of the names that was mentioned for you. You were supposed to face Andrew Maloney.
Yeah.
Did that affect you at all, the change of opponents?
No, it didn't affect me at all. There's no excuses for me, man. Mike Plania was just a better man tonight, and a smarter man in the end and everything. No excuses, man. He won. I tip my hat off to him. Mike Plania is the winner. I got to go back to the drawing board.
The words of a true champion. Now, what do you need to fix? What did you learn tonight against Plania?
I adapted a little too late. I found out he couldn't fight inside too late, and I took some hooks that I shouldn't took. And when I jab, I had my right hand down, and I paid the price for it. So I learned a lot of things another night. I just got to take it with a grain of salt and get back in the gym and get better and keep working. But I will be back, man. I'm a true champion, and I will be back. Trust me.
The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT. Came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, we're just going to be honest. We're going to be honest. Joshua Greer is teaching a lot of you fighters how to behave after a loss, how to conduct yourself as a champion. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, Joshua Greer had the opportunity to headline the most recent ESPN show. He took on the Filipino challenger, his opponent, Mike Plania, relatively unknown to most of the boxing world. He lost a fight. He got dropped twice on national TV. It was the first time he ever headlined a card this big. There was a lot of hype and a lot at stake in the line for Joshua Greer, because a win here would have got him a title shot. It would have put him in the mix for some very, very big opportunities. But he underperformed. He didn't really perform to the best of his abilities. He got dropped twice with the same punch. Kept getting caught with the left hook. Couldn't defend the left hook. But I was very impressed. I was very impressed with Greer and how he handled the post-fight interview, because, I'll be honest with you, after the fight was over, I didn't think he was going to give an interview because he lost, and it was a big opportunity, and there was a lot of hype being thrusted upon him and being bestowed upon him from Top Rank. And let's be real here, Plania was good. He fought a good fight. He did deserve the win, but he wasn't an unbeatable fighter. Greer, I thought, began to figure him out around the 7th, the 8th round, when he cut the distance and began to fight him on the inside and began to let his hands go and get into a distance that was comfortable for him to be, Joshua Greer, to be, Mr. Don't Blink, Mr. ESPN, Mr. Do That. So once that happened, he figured it out, but I think he figured it out too late, and he really isn't the best at cutting the ring off either from what I saw in that fight. So I thought he just acknowledged everything perfectly. He gave Mike Plania his credit. He faced the media right away. Didn't go out, he didn't go to another country. He didn't go to another continent like another heavyweight we know, like Deontay Wilder. He faced the media head on. He faced the critics head on. He faced everybody head on. He acknowledged that Plania, his opponent, was better than him on the night, and he acknowledged that, hey, that I'm still a great fighter. I'm gonna be back. So he showed the belief in himself that he will be back, and that he will push on for bigger and better things, and that he will be pushing on for world titles. So I was already a fan of Joshua Greer. I've been following him for a long time, even going back to the days of a couple years ago when he was on Showbox and he boxed James Gordon Smith and them guys like Glenn Dezern, them guys like that. I was already a fan of him. Even when he had a fight that I thought he lost against Potapov, I still supported him. I like Joshua Greer, and I'll continue to support Joshua Greer because he's been fighting good opposition. Even before this fight, he fought guys like Antonio Nieves. He fought people like him and Potapov as well. And he took a loss in which he has every right to make an excuse. He didn't perform to the best of his abilities. The guy was better than him on the night, but he didn't blame anybody. He didn't blame his trainer. He didn't blame a costume. He didn't run away from the media. He didn't go aloof. He handled it like a man. He grabbed his balls and he handled it like a man. And for that, on True School Sports, all we can do is respect Joshua Greer. All we can do is just wish nothing but good things for him. Now, what's going to happen for Joshua Greer next? I'm not so sure. There's many routes they could go with this. They could go ahead and potentially maybe set up a rematch, which I don't think is going to happen, but a rematch could happen. I think it'll be a good fight, as I do believe Greer was figuring him out as the fight went on, and I actually think this is one of those rare instances where the A-side fighter coming into the fight actually isn't the beneficiary of the fight being a shorter amount of time, because this was a 10-rounder instead of a 12. So I think if the fight would have been 12 rounds, this fight might have been a whole completely different story, because Greer was really beginning to cut that distance, close that gap, and figure out Mike Plania. But all respect to him, I still want to see Joshua Greer in big fights. We're not throwing Joshua Greer to the wayside here on True School Sports. That's not how we do here. We love boxing, so we don't down the fighters if they do take a loss. Unless they say they're the baddest man on the planet, and then when they lose, they blame it on the costume. Then we make an exception. But other than that, we don't throw any fighters under the bus. Much respect goes out to Joshua Greer. I still want to see him in the mix with Plania if they want to give him a rematch. If they want to put him in with Casemiro. I know people will say Casemiro will blow him out. I don't think so. I still think the Casemiro fight is competitive. Manuel Rodriguez is another option. There's still good fights out there for Joshua Greer, and he's going to be involved in a lot of good matchups in the top-ranked boxing in the bantamweight division. And I look forward to hopefully seeing him push on and rebound in the major way. So, big tip of the cap goes to Joshua Greer from your boy BT and True School Sports here in South Florida. We got nothing but respect for Joshua Greer. He's one of the fighters that I will continue to get behind and support, because, hey, he was the beneficiary, in my opinion, of a bad decision. I thought Potapov beat him, and now he has a fight where he actually legitimately loses, but he's able to acknowledge it and address it like a man. So much respect to him. I hope at some point he goes back. I hope he goes back into the gym as soon as possible. Sharpens up on some things, and he can recapture that form from back in the Showbox days when he knocked out James Gordon Smith. So big shout out to Joshua Greer. Let me know what you guys think about Joshua Greer and how he handled the loss. Leave your comments down below. Take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.
Hey, this is Adrian Granados, and you're watching True School Sports.